Ladies and gentlemen, truckers are saying they are absolutely not boycotting New York. There was a call for that on Fox News. One of the truckers that was upset that Donald Trump had to pay $355 million in a recent judgment in New York. Well, those truckers are coming out strong now. And they said it's not happening. Didn't I tell y'all that? I knew they weren't going to do this. I told you in the live stream. Truckers are dispelling Donald Trump supporters amid their efforts to boycott New York following the former president's civil fraud penalty, stating it's not happening. So the judge on Friday in New York ruled that Donald Trump must pay $355 million in penalty in the civil fraud case brought against him by New York Attorney General Letitia James. The suit accused Trump and others of fraudulently inflating the net worth of the value of his assets to secure more favorable business loans and found him liable for this. So Donald Trump has been barred from serving as an officer or director for any business in New York State for the next 3 years. Trump has maintained his innocence throughout the proceedings. Since the ruling, a number of pro Trump social media users began urging truckers to boycott New York City. That's a lot of money for them to lose. And I know, some of the truckers are independent, but some work for companies and they're not about to lose money over a Donald Trump ruling. You want them to lose money? These truckers got families, they got children that they got to take care of. And if you minus out a big market like New York, everything would suffer for these businesses. I'm sure they get, depending on the type of service that goes in there, probably making billions off of New York alone. And they're not going to pass up that money. So, ladies and gentlemen, however, the call for a boycott has made its way across social media over the weekend, sparking truckers across the U.S. to weigh in on the issue, dispelling the reason why truckers may not go to New York. Okay. So they said a number of videos had cropped up on TikTok or X, and these truckers were responding, and they pretty much told the people that came up with this idea that the truckers should not go into New York. They pretty much told them it's not happening. We are not boycotting New York over the Trump case. And however, he continues to state that there may be other issues that play regarding traffic, crime, parking that may add to the growing popularity of truckers not wanting to go into New York City. This trucker strike, nobody talked to me about it. And that's the biggest complaint many of the truckers had. They said, look, you're deciding for us that we're not going to go into New York and you did not let us have a say. And that's what many of them were saying online, which makes perfectly good sense. And they said, we never talked about this. So one, it's not happening. There's no strike against New York City, not over the Trump case, but more and more people are refusing to go because of other issues. In addition, a strike against New York City over Trump is not happening. This is what another person said, but there are issues with truckers. The main reason why most truckers are not going to strike against New York is some are upset over it because there's more paid tolls going into New York, but I can't even see them striking over that. They're going to just pay the tolls and keep it moving. So, Newsweek has reached out to New York Department of Transportation and Trump spokesperson via email. The trucker comments come after one early this week of Boycott, which appeared on X, formerly known as Twitter. Chicago Ray, who echoed Trump's claim that the case had been politically motivated, deleted his original post advocating for the plan. I've been on the radio talking to drivers about the past hour, and we've talked about, the boycotting New York. Well, maybe among the drivers that he knows, they were okay with it, but the drivers he did not talk to, the Chicago Ray, oh no, they're letting him know they're not down for no boycott. He then shared one on Monday in which he distanced himself from the boycott calls and stressed that he was not encouraging anyone to do that. So now Chicago Ray is backing off of his call for a boycott. So much for all that organization, right? Just to be clear, I'm no figurehead of any movement, Chicago Ray wrote. I'm not leading, nor have I encouraged, or I'm encouraging anyone to do anything other than what they were doing prior to the ruling on Friday in New York City. Well, Chicago Ray, since it was your idea and you went all on Fox News with this call for a boycott, maybe you can boycott, but it doesn't look like you got the backing of the majority of these truckers. And I don't blame them. If they don't deliver to New York, they are missing out on money. And nowadays, with all this inflation, I don't know anybody that's going to do that for Donald Trump. I'm just saying. And I told y'all I did not believe this boycott was going to go anywhere. And you see where it is today, right? So, y'all, you're going to have to tell me what you think about these truckers all coming out and letting Chicago Ray, who was calling for this boycott, know it ain't happening, buddy. We're going into New York and doing whatever job we need to do there, period. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.